Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome to some gameplay in the SU-122-54. I'm playing 56%er, so this is a fairly nice matchup. I'm playing on Encounter Himmelsdorf, and I'm going into a position that I fully recommend in your high DPM, high penetration tanks. You don't have very much armor and you don't want to fight face to face up on the hill on Himmelsdorf. So, Castle von Himmelsdorf, if that's what it's called, you really need to be very careful about going around the west, because there's becoming a bit of a new meta on this map, and you'll see quite a lot of players, especially the ones that arguably are more skilled, doing exactly what I'm doing here. And that is lining up along the D line for my team, and lining up along the G line for the enemy team. And that's because when you go round the west on Castle von Himmelsdorf, you really open yourself up to a hell of a lot of fire. Whoa, that one really nearly went through that window. But unfortunately, we got spotted for it. Okay, there's Ferdinand coming round here. Don't really want to get shot by him. Thankfully, this mound of rubble that comes out allows us to get quite a lot of cover. And it's annoying that he's pushed down the heavy line. And thinking about it, a push down the heavy line is a great counter for what I'm doing here. Because if you can spot the enemies that are doing this to your team, then you can allow your team up on the hill to be shooting down upon them. So as we can see here, oh my word, Jagdpanzer 100, got to fire and get out of there really quickly. And check out the very dangerous 122mm on this tank. That's quite confusing because quite a lot of the 122mm in the game, and you'll be right if you're a little bit confused by this, do 390 damage. However, this is the 122mm like on the IS-4. And it actually does 440 alpha damage. So I've decided that that alleyway is getting a little too hot with the Jagdpanzer 100 and the Ferdinand. Now I saw that the Jagdpanzer 100 was going straight down the heavy alleyway, and I think that he wants to go for the Jagdpanther too, and I would be right. That kind of map awareness can really help you out, and it allows me to get a clean shot. Well, it would have been a clean shot on the Jaeger. I had to fire clutch, because I really wanted to just snap one in on him. More often than not, it's probably going to work out for you. Right, so I know that there is a Batchat coming around here, by looking at the map and looking at his positioning. We put a great shot into him there. That was a really nice roll. 491 is a great roll for a tank with 440 alpha damage. So I went that way to hopefully try and confuse the enemy, make them think that I was actually going that way. Quite a few people do watch the minimap. And right now, we've killed one tank. And we've lost 7. You'll be right in thinking, oh god, this is over. Oh my god, 1 for 8 now? Ugh, this is not going very well for our team at all. Mr. Batchat's here. We put a shot into him, and I try and ram him, thinking that I could kill him. But my tank is not the heaviest. I do one of the worst things I've done in ages here, and I donk that shot like a total power donkey. That was a terrible shot. Luckily, I really should have died for this, but I didn't, because of the great rate of fire on the SU-122-54. Say, I see that there's a Ferdinand coming, and so I hide behind the Batchat wreck. Get ready. Track him. Angle my armor, but it was not enough. Know that I will reload faster than the Ferdinand, and I'm able to get a clean shot into him. So I got a little bit lucky there with the shot that the Ferdinand penned me. I really tried to angle to try and get the bounce. And right now, panic stations. We just evened up the game a little bit there by killing 2 tanks, albeit that they were on very low health. I need to get over here and help out this E4. Okay, is this IS-3 going to not shoot me? For some reason he decides to just not shoot at me, and that's because there's an artillery behind me. He really doesn't like artillery. He doesn't like artillery so much that he's willing to let one of the most dangerous tier 9 tank destroyers, the SU-122-54, shoot him 3 times. Now, we got a little unlucky with our rolls there. We had to shoot him 3 times to do 819 damage. Usually, 2 shots on average will do 880. So, you know, your low rolls can be as much of a curse as your high rolls can be a benefit to you. So this game is absolutely changing now. At one point, I'm not sure if we were 1 for 9 or if we were 1 for 8. I know that we were 1 for 8. We could have even been as bad as 1 for 9. But now, we're only 2 tanks behind them. So I'm trying to support this Jaegeru up on the hill. And as you can see, this rate of fire on this tank is absolutely beautiful. Now we rolled really low, 375. Then we rolled basically average. But I can't complain because my gunner was definitely not drunk off his face there. And he put in 3 precision shots that totally put us back in this game. And at one point we were completely even. We were 4 for 4. Now we're 4-3. Or 3 versus 4, whatever way you want to look at it. And I'm really worried about the enemy Batchat artillery and the Jaegeru. I decide that those 2 would be going up on the hill. And the reason that you saw me do this move is because I decided that the Jaegeru and the Batchat artillery would be going after our Jaegeru and that he was basically dead. I was wrong though, because look, the enemy Jaegeru was there. And my camo rating, even on the move, allowed me to spot him without being spotted. And that was a game-changing moment. The fact that my camo rating on the move allowed me to spot him and not be spotted allowed the T-124 to leave the cap and take a defensive location. Now I fired clutch there at the Waffenträger, just hoping that I would hit him. He decides that he's going to come around the corner and shoot me once, but my rate of fire is good enough to be able to finish him off. I'd rather have not taken a shot there, but really to get the kill on him, it's not the worst result. So the Jaegeru just got the kill on the E4, and it doesn't look like the E4 was able to penetrate him because he's on a ridiculous amount of health. So my plan right now is get away from the Jaegeru and try and kill this T-30 or the Batchat. Oh my god, the T-30's right there, so I stopped to try and aim at him. He's not there. Okay, now this is a big thing. Remember what I keep saying in my recent videos about make them think that you're going one way and then change your direction. So for all intensive purposes, that T-30 thought I was YOLOing down that alleyway. What I did is as soon as I became unspotted, I stopped. He thinks I'm going down that alleyway. He's pretty slow to react, and we confirm the kill. I go out. I decide to go back in because I'm worried about the Batchat aiming at me. The Batchat could very easily be aiming from the top of the hill, so I decide to hide behind here. I load an HE shell because I can kill the Batchat with 1 shot, and oh my god, I did not expect the Batchat to be there. Now, just to pause quickly, because I'll tell you what was going through my mind. Okay, I thought, okay, a Batchat has fired. Lots of you might think, okay, hell yeah, I'll just turn around and shoot the artillery. All artillery have really long reload times. However, this is a Batchat 155-58. What that means is that he has an autoloader, i.e. I'm getting the hell out of there as quickly as we can. We can see that possibly one of the most stupid players I have ever witnessed in World of Tanks, aka Franz CZ, congratulations to you, dude, you just got a massive shout out, pings the map and calls me an absolute muppet, blah blah blah. I'm not even going to tell you exactly what he says. He is one of those, he just doesn't understand, he just didn't understand. He doesn't understand that the Batchat has an autoloader and he was fully aimed at my location. If I'd stayed there, the Batchat probably 8 times out of 10 would have killed me. And so that's why I moved. If it had been a tier 9 Batchat, completely different story. The tier 9 Batchat does not have an autoloader, and I would have turned around and I would have simply dealt with him there and then, or I would have chased him. Because I knew that the Jaegeru, last spotted here, will be probably on his way along here, or he'll be on his way along here to try and catch up with me. So what I'm thinking right now is, alright, that Batchat's probably chasing me. I want to try and get up on the hill and spot. My camo rating, as we saw, is fantastic. And hopefully I can spot the Jaegeru without him spotting me. Now if I spot him, I'm not necessarily going to fire. I just want to know about his position to know if I can try and get after the Batchat again. And I must give a big congratulations to Franz CZ for being one of the first people I have ignored in the game in a very long time. But let's not focus on him, let's focus on what I think is happening. So right now I'm thinking that either the Jaegeru decided to go down here or he's gone over here to try and chase me. What I actually think is that if the Jaegeru had gone down here, he would have initially gone down there, but then he'll probably be around here. So I decided to go the long way around because I feel like it gives me the most opportunities to avoid him. I think that the Jaegeru might be camping here. I'm really worried about this left turn. Luckily luckily he doesn't spot us. So I'm thinking now that the bat chat has probably set up around K1, K2, or maybe he's gone up to A1, A2, and the Jaeger is going to start to defend the cap. And boy, was I wrong. The bat chat was chasing me. Now I have an HE shell loaded, which means that I do 530 alpha damage if I penetrate, but I only have 630 millimeters of penetration. Now the bat chat has 490 health, so the chances of me penetrating with an AP shell and killing him in one shot is only about 1 or 2 out of 10, if it's at all possible. So right now, I see the bat chat. He's going to try and side scrape to come and shoot me. I decide I've got my HE shell. I know this isn't going to kill him. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to kill him. What I can do is just flash my shot at him and take off a huge amount of his health. It also takes his track off. Unfortunately for me, what he does is he repairs his track. Now, I made a bit of a misplay here, as you're going to see, and it cost me my life. I shot him right there. The shell hit right there on the beak of his armor. I just missed his lower plate. If I'd hit here, the HE shell would have probably killed him. If I'd shot him up here, the HE shell would have probably killed him. But I didn't. And so I lost the game right there and then. I'm just going to pause it for a second and talk about what happened there. It happened very quickly. In hindsight, there's 2 ways that I could have gone about this. One, I could have not shot the bat chat in the tracks when he was here. I could have just lulled a shot. I could have basically come around the corner slightly and maybe tried to get him to fire at me. But remember, he does have an autoloader and all the pressure's on me. He has a freaking autoloader and he only has to really hit me once to kill me. I have to hit him flush with a low penetrating shell to be able to take him out effectively. I will also say that I didn't know exactly about the armor characteristics of the bat chat. And in hindsight, I knew nothing about his armor capabilities. What was going through my mind is that I need to kill him in one shot. I've got 490, fire the HE shell. What I should have done is reloaded an AP shell. No, I didn't. I didn't reload an AP shell. After I hit him with the first one, I should have just loaded an AP shell, been calm and collected, and just gone for him. I really thought that all I had to do was just splash him with that HE damage to be able to kill him with the second shot. However, I shot badly. I could have aimed anywhere here. I could have aimed anywhere here. Didn't want to shoot his gun because that's a risky place. But I could have basically shot him anywhere here, and I would have been able to confirm the kill. However, no, I kind of donked the shot a little bit, and we effectively lost against the Tier 10 autoloader artillery there. There was a lot of pressure on me, and I didn't remain calm, and I lost the game for it. If I'd been able to kill this bat chat, I'm fairly sure that I might have been able to hunt down this Jaegeru. Fair enough, he had 1,776 health, and I would have had to shoot him like 4 to 5 times. But I gave it my best shot anyway. This replay was really to show you what's going through my mind in these kind of pressure situations. I know you guys appreciate these kind of replays, and I really wanted to highlight quite a lot of the things about outsmarting your enemy, using map awareness to know where you need to be, and also just to show you just how amazing the SU-122-54 is. It's a hell of a tank, it's an amazing gun on a great platform that can relocate very quickly to get where it's needed. And it also has armor that, albeit when you look at the post-game stats, didn't hold up for me here, can still have a lot of luck. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the post-game stats. Anyway, this was a bit of a heartbreak for me in the SU-122-54. This was a mastery badge for our loss. Got 2,064 experience. We finished top on damage and got 6 kills with 4,812 damage. And look at this, distance traveled on Himmelsdorf. 4 kilometers in a tank destroyer. That really lets you know just how mobile the SU-122-54 is. Anyway guys, there's no doubt that I didn't play this game perfectly. Hopefully you can learn from a few of my mistakes, and also the kind of map awareness that you need on Himmelsdorf if you want to take your game to the next level. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider rating it down below, I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see other Heartbreak games, I do have quite a lot on my channel. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, you've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.